Healing is not a passive process. It's not just sitting around waiting for time to fix you. Time doesn't heal all wounds. What you do with that time is what matters. Healing is an intentional, deliberate act of reclaiming your power. It's looking at the places you've been hurt, the moments that shattered you, and saying, I'm taking back control over my life, my emotions, and my future. When you choose to heal, you stop letting your past dictate your destiny. So many people live stuck in a loop, reliving the same pain, the same betrayal, the same disappointment, over and over again in their mind. But when she decided to heal, she broke that loop. She didn't erase her past. She reframed it. She chose to see her struggles as chapters that shaped her strength, not chains that held her back. Healing requires courage, because it means facing the very things you've been trying to avoid. It means opening the box of memories you wish you could forget, and instead of running from them, you confront them head on. It means saying, this happened. It hurt me, but it will not own me anymore. That's the moment the shift happens. That's when healing becomes transformation. And here's the truth. Healing doesn't happen in a straight line. Some days you feel like you're on top of the world. Other days it feels like you're right back where you started. That's normal. It's not weakness. It's progress. Every time you choose to stand back up after falling, you're building resilience. Every time you take one step forward, even if you take 2 steps back the next day, you're still rewiring your mind for strength. The most powerful part about healing is this: once you start reclaiming your power, life starts to open up again. You feel lighter. Your decisions come from clarity instead of fear. You stop reacting out of pain and start responding from purpose. People will notice a change in you, but they won't understand it at first, because it's an internal shift that radiates outward. She's living proof of that. She used to let the hurt control her. She used to carry the weight of every betrayal, every failure, every loss. But the moment she chose healing, she started living with freedom. She realized that forgiveness, whether for others or for herself, wasn't about excusing the past. It was about releasing its grip on her present. And here's the beautiful thing. You have that same power. You can reclaim your life from whatever has held you back. You can turn your wounds into wisdom. You can choose, right now, to stop giving your past the power to write your future. Because healing is not about becoming who you were before. It's about becoming someone stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than you've ever been. Growth is not a smooth, easy ride. It's a messy, uncomfortable, and often painful process. If it feels safe, if it feels predictable, if it feels convenient, you're not growing, you're coasting. She understood this. She realized that every real breakthrough in life comes with resistance, and resistance is not there to stop you. It's there to shape you. Think about it. Muscles only grow when they are pushed beyond their current capacity. Seeds only break open when they're buried in the dark. Transformation always demands discomfort. That's why she stopped running from the hard conversations, the difficult choices, and the moments that tested her patience. Instead, she started leaning into them, knowing that growth lives on the other side of temporary pain. The danger for most people is comfort. Comfort feels safe, but it also quietly robs you of your potential. It keeps you small, it keeps you predictable, it keeps you in the same cycle year after year. She decided that comfort was no longer her goal. Progress was. And progress meant trading short-term ease for long-term fulfillment. And here's the thing. Discomfort doesn't always feel like struggle. Sometimes it feels like stretching. It's the feeling of doing something you've never done before, of stepping into rooms where you feel unqualified, of taking risks that make your stomach churn. It's that inner voice saying, "Who do you think you are?" And you answering back, I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. Every time she chose discomfort over complacency, she unlocked a new level of herself. The first time she spoke up when she would have stayed silent. Growth. The first time she set a boundary that risked losing people. Growth. The first time she chased a dream without a guarantee of success. Growth. These moments weren't glamorous, but they were transformational. And here's what's powerful. Once you train yourself to embrace discomfort, you stop fearing it. You start seeing it as a signal that you're on the right path. She began to reframe her challenges. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" she asked, "How is this growing me?" That one shift changed everything. If you want to live a life that's bigger than your fears, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable, because growth will never come to those who wait for it. It will only come to those who step into the unknown, risk the fall, and trust that even if they stumble, they will rise stronger. That's what she's done, and that's why she's not just surviving. She's evolving. Your glow has nothing to do with perfect lighting, makeup, or filters, and everything to do with what's happening inside of you. Real glow can't be bought, borrowed, or faked. It's the natural radiance that comes from alignment. When your mind, your heart, and your actions are all in sync, she discovered that the moment she stopped chasing surface level approval and started nurturing her inner world, the light began to shine without her even trying. So many people chase the external, new clothes, new relationships, new status, hoping it will make them feel whole. But here's the truth: if you're empty on the inside, no amount of external shine will fill you. She stopped seeking her glow from what she could get and started creating it from who she could become. That was the turning point. When you heal, when you grow, something magical happens. You stop being dependent on other people to validate you. That freedom alone creates a different kind of presence. People start to notice you without you having to demand their attention. They feel something in your energy, and it draws them in. That's the power of an inner glow. It's magnetic. Her glow came from peace. Peace with her past, peace with her choices, peace with the woman she was becoming. It came from self-love that wasn't conditional on perfection. She didn't need every hair in place or every plan to be flawless. Her confidence wasn't built on image. It was built on integrity. And that gave her a glow that no storm could dim. And here's the thing: your glow is a reflection of your self-respect. It's the way you carry yourself, the boundaries you hold, the values you refuse to compromise. Every time you choose your worth over convenience, your light gets brighter. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence deepens. That's the secret to radiance. It's a byproduct of living in alignment. The most beautiful part: she didn't need to announce her glow. It spoke for itself. People would ask her, "What's changed? You seem different." And she would smile, because the answer wasn't about what changed on the outside, but who she had become on the inside. That's a shift no one can take away from you. If you want to glow, stop focusing on the mirror and start focusing on your mindset. Stop chasing attention and start chasing authenticity. Because when your light comes from within, it never burns out. It only grows stronger. And when you walk into a room with that kind of glow, you don't just brighten the space, you change it. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. We all get knocked down. We all face heartbreak, disappointment, and betrayal. The difference between those who stay broken and those who rise is simple: what they decide to do with the pain. She made a decision. She would not let her pain paralyze her. She would let it energize her. She would take every wound and turn it into rocket fuel. Most people treat pain like an anchor. It drags them down, keeps them stuck, and becomes the reason they never try again. But pain can also be a launch pad if you choose to use it that way. For her, The moments that hurt the most became the moments that lit the fire in her. Instead of saying, "Why me?" she started asking, "What is this teaching me?" That question alone transformed her pain into power. The thing about pain is it's raw energy, and energy can be destructive or constructive. A fire can burn down a forest or power an engine. She decided her fire would drive her forward. She used rejection to sharpen her focus. She used loss to deepen her gratitude. She used failure to fuel her determination. Every hit she took only made her more resilient. Turning pain into fuel isn't about denying it or pretending it doesn't hurt. She didn't sugarcoat it. She felt it, she grieved it, she faced it, but she didn't stay in it. She used it as a workout for her spirit, pushing her mental and emotional strength beyond limits she didn't know she had. And here's the magic. Once you learn how to use pain as fuel, you stop fearing it. You stop avoiding challenges because you know that even if life knocks you down, you can get back up stronger. You become unstoppable because there's nothing anyone can take from you that you can't turn into growth. She became the kind of person who could walk through the fire and come out shining. Not because she avoided pain, but because she transformed it. Her story became a living example that the things meant to break, you can actually be the things that build you into someone unshakable. So if you're carrying pain right now, know this: it's energy, and you control where it goes. You can let it burn you out, or you can let it light your path. The choice is yours. Just like she chose, you can take the hardest parts of your life and turn them into the very fuel that drives your next victory. Self-work is the foundation of every great success story. You can chase money, status, or approval all you want, but none of that lasts if you don't invest in yourself first. She realized that the most important project she could ever commit to was the work she did on her mind, her emotions, and her habits. Because what she became on the inside determined everything she could achieve on the outside. Think about it. Your beliefs, your mindset, your emotional strength. These are the soil from which your entire life grows. If the soil is unhealthy, nothing fertile will sprout. But when you tend to yourself with intention, through reflection, learning, and self-discipline, you create an environment where your dreams can take root and flourish. She chose to water her soul daily with positivity, knowledge, and self-compassion. Self-work is not glamorous. It's not something you can do once and forget about. It's a lifelong commitment, a constant process of growth, course correction, and deepening awareness. She embraced the uncomfortable truth that every day presents new challenges, and every day requires renewed effort. But she also learned that this work paid exponential dividends in confidence, clarity, and peace. What's powerful is this: the effort you put into yourself compounds. Small daily habits, like setting boundaries, practicing gratitude, and speaking kindly to yourself, build up over time into unstoppable momentum. She understood that investing in herself wasn't selfish. It was necessary, because only when she was strong and whole could she show up fully for others and for her purpose. And self-work gave her freedom. Freedom from the need to please others, freedom from toxic patterns, freedom from the chaos of unresolved emotions. She stopped being a victim of circumstance and became the architect of her life. That's the real power of self-investment. It turns you from a passenger into a driver. She became relentless about protecting her energy, growing her skills, and expanding her vision. She surrounded herself with people who inspired her, challenged her, and supported her growth. She became hungry for more, not just more success, but more meaning, more connection, more joy. And that hunger was fueled by the work she put into herself every day. So here's the bottom line: if you want to glow, if you want to live your fullest life, the best investment you can make is in yourself. No one else can do the inner work for you. No one else can walk your path. but the payoff. It's a life that's not just survived. It's a life that's truly thrived. The glow you see isn't the goal, it's the result. It's the natural byproduct of healing, growing, and investing in yourself every single day. It's not something you chase directly. You earn it by showing up consistently, by doing the hard work no one else sees. She learned that the glow isn't a superficial shine. It's a deep, authentic light that radiates from the inside out. Too often, people want the rewards without the effort. They want to look successful, confident, and happy, but they skip the uncomfortable parts. But the truth is, the glow only comes to those who have walked through the fire and kept going. It comes to those who have embraced the grind, the setbacks, and the lonely moments because they knew it was all part of the process. Her glow is a reflection of her resilience. Every challenge she overcame, every fear she faced, every time she chose to keep going, those moments built a light inside her that no one can dim. And that light isn't just for show. It impacts everyone around her. It inspires, it uplifts, it transforms. The glow is also a reflection of alignment. When your values, your actions, and your purpose are aligned, there's a magnetic energy that comes alive. She became someone who didn't just talk about change, she lived it. And living her truth gave her a glow that was undeniable and contagious. And here's the beautiful irony: once you stop chasing the glow and focus on the work, the glow shows up naturally. It's like trying to smile. When you force it, it feels fake. But when something genuinely touches your heart, the smile comes effortlessly. The same is true for your inner light. It can't be forced, only earned. So if you want to glow like she does, stop worrying about the surface. Dive deep into your healing. Embrace growth even when it's uncomfortable. Invest relentlessly in yourself. When you do that, the glow will become inevitable because it's not about looking good, it's about being good in your soul. She's healing, she's growing, and she's glowing. And so can you. The power is in your hands. The journey is yours. The light inside is waiting to shine. So here's the final truth I want you to leave with today: healing is your power. Growth is your path. And glowing, that's your destiny. No matter where you've been, no matter what you've been through, the choice is always yours. You can stay stuck in pain, or you can rise from it. You can cling to comfort, or you can push through to greatness. You can chase fleeting approval, or you can own your inner light that never fades. She made that choice. And I'm here to tell you, you can make it too. Because inside you right now is a force so powerful, so unstoppable, that once you unleash it, nothing can hold you back. So take a deep breath. Step into your power. Embrace the discomfort. Commit to the work. And watch as you heal, grow, and glow in ways you never imagined possible. Your story isn't finished. Your best chapters are still unwritten. Now is your time. Own it, live it, glow like never before. Thank you